G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing? It is another sunny day, and another day means another video, because, summer is starting to feel, finally, like some fancy sort of spring. But, I do have a fun video today. I wish I filmed it when I was there, but unfortunately, I did not. So, today's video, mate, is all about my recurring theme from the previous video, but it's not actually gotten any easier. Speed bump. You dig? Now, last video I was talking about decisions about motorbikes, okay? It wasn't like, I feel like my brain was all scatterbrained for that video. I don't know why. Probably because I did nothing but laze all day, so when I stayed in my room, I was like, and then I decided to go for a short ride, and my brain not work, so did my job, come home, come out to this park that I love to start my videos at, and I decided it's time to do another cheeky number. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we all? Now, if you've been following me for any general stretch of time, you'll know that there is one big dilemma that your boy Nathan has a problem with, and that's deciding what bike to buy next, okay? It's a hard decision. So naturally, there's a Camaro there, I've been doing all kinds of research, thinking that this would make my life easier, okay? Because that's what else do you expect to happen when you do research about things? You think, oh, now that I've got the facts, it shouldn't be too bad. Wrong! I have been struggling so much. So naturally, I took the missus, because she also wants to have a look at bikes. I took her and I went over to the bike dealership, mate. And I went over all the bikes that I've been contemplating buying, okay? Now, that being, I've been looking at the R1s, I've been looking at the R7s, I've been looking at the MT-07s and 09s, but I don't think they're my poison. I went over to my favourite section, which is the Italian one, which only has Aprilias and Vespas here, so, you know, do with that as you will. Someone had purchased an RSV4 factory today, which is just, makes me moist thinking about it. But I had a seat on the RS660 and the Tuono 660, and I'm going to be honest with you, seeing it in person, having a seat at the Tuono, it has changed my mind quite significantly on that bike. Honestly, I quite like the Tuono's positioning. It's the same price as an RS660, and the RS660 does look better, but then I saw her, the Tuono V4. Oh, baby, the RS-V4 is hot, but the Tuono, I thought that thing was hideous in photos. After seeing it in person, man, I'm bloody hard. Oh, shit's gorgeous. Where am I going to use all that power, though? That's the dilemma of buying a Tuono Tuono V4. It's a 200 horsepower naked bike, man, and it's more aggressive and apparently way more fun to ride than the Ducati Street Fighter V4, because the Tuono is just untamed, raw, ungodly power. Whereas the Street Fighter's a bit more smooth and actually usable. But, mate, bub, I don't want none of that, you know, simple stuff. Honestly, that's why my other look is where I'm going tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to go to the city with the missus, and we're going to go have a look at the Ducati, because I want to have a look at the Ducati Street Fighter V2. 157 horsepower. Now, this is I reckon the Aprilia went wrong. Little 48, my favourite Harley mode. Mate, favourite Harley model. If Tuonos and RS660s weren't that, and they were like a 900 or a 1000 V-twin, it wouldn't even be a comparison. I'd be there in a heartbeat. I love Aprilias, man. But those Ducati Street Fighter V2s, they make me moist as well. They look so good, especially with like the fins. Tell you what, it's a hard decision. I'm sweating up a storm in my helmet right now. It's 26 degrees Celsius, and I can't see out the goddamn visor. It's all fogging up. So let's just oh man, I can see, sort of. I've got the Aussie sun blinding my ass. Okay, that's better. We're on the move. I can see. The wind is in my, hair, I guess. But man, I also had a look at the old Triumphs, my favourite model Triumph, which is the Speed Triple 1200 RR, which I have finally seen in the wild once. It's only taken since it released to finally see one in the wild. I've seen two. I've seen a red one and a white one. Once was at a bike night and once was out in King Lakeway, and I was more shocked that I saw it out in King Lake, because it appears those who buy that bike do not bloody ride the damn things. So yeah, that was my first and really main sort of thing I was looking at. It was just all those bikes. Tuesday, my girlfriend was looking at all the old MT-03, R3, MT-07, maybe not an R7, the Duke 390 was not a... She's fallen in love with an SV650. Now, I think the SV650 is a divine machine, but exhaust notes, even when they've got an exhaust, they sound a little bit lacking to me, and I don't know why. Oh, there's usually a Mustang at one of these houses. It's not there at the moment. Shame. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame, the 650's exhaust note. Now, this is the problem I'm facing as well. I want a nice exhaust, and a V-twin always beats an inline 2. Doesn't matter who you are, and if you disagree, you're wrong. The Aprilia RS660 has that, you know, cross-plane inline 2, so it's not horrible. It sounds beautiful, especially when they want to, you know, sounds better than that. The Rebel doesn't sound terrible, but it does sound a little monotonous and monotone after a while. You know, the Ducati Street Fighter V2's got a much more lively exhaust note than the Aprilia 660s, but the Aprilia V4 will, oh man, that thing will beat the Ducati V4 note 7 days a week, man. 8 days a week if there was. Oh, that thing's sexy. I love the sound of the V4 Aprilias. I've only had the chance to hear them in person a few times, but there's something special about them. Now, I don't think the Ducati Street Fighter V2 has a dry clutch, which is a big point of contention. If it did, however, I would not even be bothering looking at it, because I don't want a bike that sounds like a tractor, you know, an old diesel tractor. They're great bikes, don't get me wrong, but I don't want a dry clutch, brother. That's just too much. Bogger that, I don't want it. I just want to go fast and listen to my noise as we go down the road. So unfortunately, if it does have a dry clutch, it's going to be there's no contestant. Okay, it's not going to happen. Oh, the old bakery I used to work at's no longer there. F in the chats, boys and girls. F in the chats. Oh, let's just not go on that speed bump because we can dodge it. Ooh-wee. Yeah, look at that. It's all gone now. It was there for 20 odd years, that place. Oh well. That's the joys of upsizing. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've all got naked bikes yourself, now I know I'm a cruiser rider and I've probably attracted quite a bit of cruiser riders in the comments. Don't be well alarmed. Whatever bike I pick next will not be the permanent decision forever. I do still want to eventually get a second bike, which will be another cruiser. That is a hands down decision. I want a naked bike to start with because I do commute quite a lot. That's why the Rebel is a perfect bike, honestly. But because I want a bit more oomph, I want a naked bike. I think I was considering a sports bike, and the only one I would consider is the RS660. Honestly, I would commute on an RS4 if I could afford it. Let's not lie to anybody in my comments. But a naked bike, I think, fits my needs better than a fat, lumpy cruiser. But that being said, those Harley Street Bobs and Indian Chiefs are just chef's kiss. They're so good. Sure, they're expensive and you're paying for a lot of torque, but man, you're not buying a cruiser bike for horsepower. And if that's your only point of buying a bike, you should probably not buy bikes then, because brother, you don't buy a cruiser bike for its ability of speed. You buy it for that torque and comfort and that noise. It's dollars to noise, mate. Smiles per gallon and all that good stuff. But I tell you what, I picked up a Street Bob, sat on it, stood it up. If there's one thing I don't like after discovering is those Harley kickstands. Oh, I've never used one before. I've heard tales about them, right? I never really understood what was wrong with the bloody things until using it. But now that I've used it, guess what? I don't like it. Now, I know if you owned one, you would absolutely get used to those. But man, you lean the bike over and the kickstand touches the ground, and guess what? It just keeps going. So if you don't know, as I got explained to, because I've always known Harley kickstands have a bit of a lean or extra wobble thing to them. Now I know exactly what it's for. So if you picture the Harley kickstand, right? You've got your kickstand that goes in. So with the Harley, what it does is it actually keeps sliding, so it slides further inside the bike and locks itself in place, so it can't go back and forth. So that way it's essentially locked in place. So as he described it, you could grab the bike, ooh, a little lovely thing, and you could drag it along and it will still not move the kickstand until you lean it back up, and then the kickstand falls back out of the slot and now it can move back and forth, if that makes sense. Now look, it's a smart thing to do. I understand it. I still don't like it. It just fills me with fear. I watched the kickstand as I put it down and I still shat myself. That's how terrifying it was to a first-time user. Now, if you ride a Harley, you know about it. You're probably laughing at me like you bloody idiot, Nate. Guess what? You got to learn sometime, and when you're sitting on a bike that's like 25, 30 grand and you feel like you're going to drop it and you've only got like $500 in your bank account, buddy, let's not think about the alternative if you drop one. But lo and behold, I did not drop it. I got to sit on a few nice bikes today. And guess what? My decisions are nowhere near solved. I'm actually scared and have no idea what I want to do now, even worse than before, because the issue I was facing was seating positions, but after sitting on the bikes, I like them all. I think I'm going to have to test ride a few. Now look, any bike I ride next is going to feel like a spaceship, because I've come from a Honda Rebel. It's got 47 horsepower. Things about just around 50 newton meters of torque. It's not like a bloody rocket ship, mate. Pardon me. So the Aprilia R660 is 100 horsepower. Ducati Street Fighter V2, 157 horsepower. Like, I don't know, it's good, but I don't know. And then the Tuono V4, if I could afford it, mate. Honestly, I probably would. Let's not kid anybody. Are they sensible for the street? God, no. Are they good for tracks? Yes, but Tuono's actually... Oh, actually, the V4 has a horrendous locking angle, which I've found out about, and that's kind of ass. So, that's a little bit of a turn-off, honestly. I'd probably just buy the RSV4. Why would you want a bike that can't turn? So, oh man, decisions. Whomst knows? But, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Over the next 7 months, you're going to hear me having this internal crisis until I can afford something. Look, it'll probably be even longer than 7 months, let's be honest, but oh well, it'll be 7 months of pure agony until I get my license, and then realization will kick in that when I come to the terms that I can't actually afford anything, so it's good. Oh, hopefully I'll get that Up and Go sponsorship, ladies and gentlemen. But until that time comes, of course it will, I do hope you guys take it easy, keep it cheesy. Of course. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all that magic. And have a good day. Peace, bye!